I'm always on the lookout for hot new church trends, and I'm back again to talk about another up-and-coming church movement, multi-site. Now, I didn't get a lot of information about multi-site, but I did come across this book, The Multi-Site Revolution, by, well, it's by 3 different guys. And I'm sure it must be a good book if it took 3 guys to write it. Now, this timeline here shows some of the other popular revolutions over time, like the French Revolution, the American Revolution, and the Matrix revolutions. Now, I didn't actually read this book, but I did skim it, and it seems like the multi-site revolution is a lot less violent than some of these other revolutions. Apparently, there's been a lot of confusion about church planting versus multi-site. This poor woman here thought that she could plant a church in a pot and make a new one grow. Even I know that's not what church planting means.
What? I'm not trying to plant a church. I'm just taking care of the...
Oh, it's okay. I was confused at first too. You don't have to feel bad. Wait, these plants are real?
Yeah, some of them are.
Now I've got to rewrite my whole script. Okay, I did some more research to help figure this out and was shocked to find out that all the plants in the worship center are in fact fake. So apparently, churches and plants just don't mix very well. So just to clear things up, we're not doing any church planting, real, fake, or otherwise. So the subtitle of the book describes multi-site as one church with many locations. That's one church, many locations. Sounds a lot like a franchise to me. So I'm here outside a popular franchise to get a little more insight on the topic. You see, Hardee's is one restaurant with many locations. So they're kind of like a multi-site fast food chain. So they should be able to explain multi-site churches to me. Okay, so about how many Hardee's are in St. Louis?
75.
And how many Hardee's have you been to?
Only one.
What do people expect when they come to a Hardee's?
Customer service.
Anything else?
Great food, clean place, but every Hardee's is different. I mean, everybody's different in their own ways. Everybody does their own style.
So what do they do to try to make it a consistent experience between all the Hardee's?
Their burgers. Like, their burgers stand out the most. I mean, people want to get burgers. They come to Hardee's because they're big, they're huge, like our new hot dog thick burger. I mean, to us, I thought it wouldn't sell because it had potato chips and, you know, hot dogs, but, I mean, it's been selling a lot.
It's like the 4th of July in my mouth. It's got a hot dog, burger, and potato chips all on one. It's really perfect.
So if you go to a multi-site restaurant, the layout and the personalities are going to be different, but the food and the experience remain the same. Now, most Hardee's are open late because people are liable to want a hot dog thick burger at any old time. But Faith only has 3 services, 7:45, 9:15, and 10:45 a.m. on Sunday mornings, because studies have shown that people actually want to go to church on Sunday morning. Now, if you have multiple sites for a church, then that means more people can go to those peak service times. Most people don't realize that Faith actually tried to do a Thursday afternoon 4 p.m. service back in 2001. But you can see how popular that service was. I still needed a little more information on what multi-site means for the church of the future, so I got a hold of somebody who's at a church that's already doing multi-site. Here with me today via satellite is our old friend, Pastor Matt Popovits from Crosspoint Church in Texas. Thanks for joining me today, Matt.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So Matt, what exactly do you do at Crosspoint?
Well, I really kind of oversee several things at Crosspoint,
Okay.
But one thing I do work with is our multi-site movement. I oversee the worship part of our West Green site and have a good deal of influence over what happens in worship at all of our future sites.
So why multi-site? Why not just site?
Well, that's a good question. Well, there's really kind of two ways to look at it, 2 reasons for doing multi-site. The first is missional. That is, if a church really wants to be effective in reaching lost people, people who don't have a church home, multi-site is a great way to reach them, simply because we know that people who do not go to church are more likely to go to a brand new church. So starting new worshiping communities is the most effective way to reach lost people. That's the first part. The second is really a more practical part. We know that starting new churches from scratch is a very risky business. A lot of churches fail. And by doing multi-site, you really have high impact with relatively low output. That is, you can bank on the successes of a proven, successful church, yet have all the results of starting a brand new worshiping community. Are you still there?
Oh, yeah. Okay, final question. What does it take to make a multi-site work?
Well, first, it takes a heart for reaching lost people. The church has to understand that that's why they're doing this. They're not doing it for overflow.
Okay.
They're not doing it to simply make more space or to eat up more land in the community. Multi-site is done because you want to reach lost people. That's first. The second thing is a community that wants to take a risk, that wants to do something creative, that wants to start a brand new worshiping community, and is willing to sacrifice to do that.
Well, thanks for being here today, Matt.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
So to recap our story today on multi-site, I thought we'd do a little word association.
Multi-million.
Good.
Multiple personality disorder.
Bad.
Multimedia.
Great.
Multiplicity.
Ooh, bad movie.
Multitask.
Good, I guess.
Multi-site.
Great. You heard it here first, folks. Multi-site churches are a great thing, and here's Pastor John with more information on what multi-site means for us here at Faith.